Hey y'all, how's it going? It's your Army Queen slash Hospitality Queen Tierney, K Positive Pinky. So last week was a week, man, it was probably one of my roughest weeks yet. It was right up there with right after Flip's death. I mean, it was tripping, it was a tripping week, but it'd be like, and the sinusitis be tripping, I'm hoping it's just the chronic sinusitis and allergies. It probably is. But I'm doing what I can to prevent it from being an actual bacterial sinus infection because that can happen to me so easily if I don't treat it right away. Like, forget it. Like, to anyone who knows me well knows that I'm prone to that kind of stuff, because of my allergies. And we needed this rain. I mean, can we just normalize that? But I think the other tough part about last week was I actually had to, cancel some appointments, like for my voice lesson and my personal trainer. It was like not good because I canceled a lot of appointments, and sometimes that has happened. And like, it's kind of like how people, have the issue with canceling plans. For me, it's not so much canceling plans, although sometimes it happens. Like, if the lift is too expensive for downtown Bethesda, forget it. You know, like, you know, um, Nah, but downtown Bethesda is awesome. But I'm not gonna lie, like taking a lift there can be a trip, like for real, like literally a trip. Like, but nah, I fell out of my routine kind of last week, and that's something I have to work on is staying in my routine. And I think that's something we can all benefit from is being in a routine. But yeah, like I've just been like so stuffed up, and having sinus headaches, and you know, um, but hopefully, it's just a chronic sinusitis thing, the allergies, that's what I'm hoping it's just that and not something or, whatever. But whatever it is, has got me run down, but I'm just trying not to let it get me down. I'm just trying to like, hey, I'm just trying to stay positive and, stay strong and, and I'll get back in the routine of things, but the good things, I was still able to, get through my shifts, those of you that don't know, I'm a hostess at Nordstrom Cafe at Montgomery Mall, and I love it, but man, I tell you, the energy with people was, it was tripping, people were so difficult, I'm not going to get into it, um, but yeah, I mean, people were away, and then again, I was kind of away, but people were more away than I was, Um, but then again, it's hard to see how we're being away. When we see someone else do it, we're like, oh my God, like, why was I being like that? You know, um, but, but yeah, I'm here to do some covers, because it's been a hot minute. I'm trying to like switch it up with the covers and try not to do the same thing, thing all the time because then it gets boring, Um, but no, in all seriousness, I was gonna like, you know, um, honestly, I was gonna go to bed like at 6:30 at night. And then I was like, nah, I'm not trying to like be up since like midnight and like get through an all-nighter. Like, nah. Like I need to keep myself busy until it's actually time to go to bed. Like because like one time I literally did that. I took it at like 12 or 1, took my Vyvanse at that time. And it was a struggle. Like, it seems like a lot of times, well, at least with me, like I'm thinking of the short term and I'm like, oh yeah, this feels good in the moment. But sometimes I'm not even thinking about the long term. It's like, sometimes we think in the short term, we think, oh yeah, this is an easy fix. But really, there's no easy fix to things. It's just like, the sinusitis, I'm always going to be dealing with it and I have to just accept it. And I'm coming closer to acceptance with it. But, just like, the grief, that I've experienced, Flip's death, for instance, I have to accept that he ain't coming back. He ain't gonna come back. Like, he be up there. But no, in all seriousness, like, I have to accept that. Like, I mean, once a black dude is dead, like, no, once anyone is dead, like, I mean, their spirit be with us, but nah, but that's a deep kind of grief losing a black dude. Like, now that is the first black dude that has ever died in my life. Like I'm being for real. Like I'm being dead ass. Like I love my black dudes. They're my kind of people. Watch a black dude watch this and be like, okay, she's crazy. But no, shout out to my black dudes. Seriously, I love y'all. Especially those of y'all that have an accent. I love that. Hit me up, like lately. I don't know, like why they don't be hitting me up. Like, nah, but they do sometimes. Like, sometimes they react to my stories and they like my photos, and I like that. But yeah, sorry, my voice is kind of smoky, but I like it like that. Uh, but nah, other than, the sinusitis, I'm doing well. Overall, things are quite well for me. I'm in a good place. I just made it to 2 months sober, and I'm just taking it one day at a time. Like I'm just like, you know what? I'm alive and I'm healthy and I'm here. I'm here for a reason. Like really I should be dead, but I'm here. Like I'm present in this fucking day. Like, it's like, you know, um, and I don't really like having chronic sinusitis, but, hey, like could be worse. I could, have leukemia, or I could have a tumor, or I could just in general be dead by now. Like seriously, like I really should be. Like I swear I'm like the cat with 9 lives. Like now literally, because like every time I thought I was gonna die, I ended up living. And I think that's really, a beautiful thing, because God wanted me to continue being this life, and man, I tell you, I was in raging Irish Catholic alcoholic mode earlier. I mean, just ask my friends, they'll tell you. But like, or yeah, ask at least one of my friends, she'll tell you. But nah, in all seriousness, I was in a mood. Like I've been in a mood the past few days. But yeah, I mean, you want a really great way to be in a raging Irish Catholic alcoholic mode? Try chronic sinusitis for a day, and you'll see. Um, but nah, it's good for me to like not go to bed super early, because I mean, I think in terms of our sleep, we need a routine for that too, because like that's what's good. Most evenings I have my evenings filled with, um, like meetings and, classes and stuff. And that keeps me busy, and it kind of forces me to stay up till at least 9 o'clock, And it's good, because when we go to bed too early, we're bound to get up early. Like that's why I've never understood the people that can go to bed right at, 8 p.m. and sleep till like 7 or 8. It's like I don't understand that. But then again, those people probably don't have an issue with caffeine like I do. As much as I fucking hate to admit it, it's like get off my back. But no, seriously, it's like I need that accountability, because you know, um, once I start something, I can't stop. Like, well, it depends, but anyway, I am gonna be doing this cover, which is "Wake Me Up" by Aviichi. I still, like it's kind of like that with celebrities, because you kind of just wonder why they died, and you think what could have been. Like, you think of all the young, celebrities that die, and you think, well, you could have met them. Like, you could have gone to more of their concerts. Like, that's stuff you don't really think about. You kind of think, like, whoa, they just died. Like, their legacy moves on, or lives on. Sorry, not moves on, but at the end of the day, life goes on. But, sometimes I feel like people use that excuse, like, oh, just move on. It's like, nah, it don't work that way, especially if it's someone you're really close to. Like, it's not like you can just, like, move on, be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to forget about this, because that's what people got to realize, is that forgiveness with something does not mean you just forget it. It's not, that's why I kind of don't agree with the phrase forgive and forget. It's like, no, you don't just forget what you forgive. I mean, yeah, you move on from it, but just because you move on from something doesn't mean that you're gonna just forget it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people that be thinking that are tripping, you know, they be tripping. But this life is tripping. Trump is tripping. Sorry, those of y'all that love Trump, but I think he's a tripping motherfucker. Like, he's a tripping motherfucker. Like, he is just tripping, because he's corrupt AF. Okay, I know that's not what some of y'all want to hear, but nah, he is a tripping corrupt motherfucker. Like, so I'm trying to, yeah. But no, seriously, he really is, because nah, that's like people who watch Fox News. It's such a corrupt channel, like, and I don't think people realize how corrupt it is, but they just like watch it because they think, oh yeah, this is telling me everything I need to know, and it's like, no, it's just a bunch of bullshit, brainwashed. It's like at that rate, you might as well just be watching poison and injecting it into your mouth, like, from the TV. I mean, really, like, because it's just a bunch of bullshit, that don't make no sense, it's just tripping. But without further ado, I would like to do this cover for y'all and hope y'all enjoy. All right. Feel my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I can tell where the journey will end, but I know where to start. Tell me I'm too young to understand. They say I'm caught up in a dream. Well, life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes. Well, that's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over, yeah. When I'm wiser and I'm older. Oh, this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, yeah. When I'm wiser and I'm older. Oh, this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. Yeah, I miss you, Flip. Yeah. Yeah, why you gotta be dead, like, for real. I try carrying the weight of the world, but I only have two hands. Hope I get the chance to travel the world, but I don't have any plans. Wish that I could stay forever this young, not afraid to close my eyes. Life's a game made for everyone, and love is a prize. So wake me up when it's all over, yeah. When I'm wiser and I'm older. Oh, this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. So wake me up when it's all over, yeah. When I'm wiser and I'm older. Oh, this time I was finding myself and I didn't know I was lost. Didn't know I was lost. Didn't know I was lost. Didn't know, yeah. Yeah, Flip, I miss you, Flip. Yeah, too. Wish you could come back to life, but you can't. But you're there in spirit. Yeah, you are. Yeah, I miss you, Flip. Like, you'll forever be my R&B king. Like, nobody gonna replace you.